We started in the home base Riverside, California. Went to Tucson. We went to Kansas City, but we had to stop at Amarillo to get gas. And we've been chasing the weather, or it's been chasing us one way or the other, the whole way across.
Yeah.
So then we ended up in St. Louis just for 2 days. Had a lot of great rides with old veterans, veterans who actually jumped on D-Day. It's been really spectacular, and it's been great.
You had to install modern navigational system in it in order to be allowed to fly both across the water and in the European air environment. We're getting acquainted with that. It's a new system, works really well, and we're real happy with it. It's something that we don't normally get to do because CAF, in order to preserve its airplanes, typically does not want you flying in anything other than good weather. One of the unique things about our airplane is that the bulk of aircraft used in airborne operations were C-47s, and they were the ones with the Pratt & Whitney engines. They were designed for the military specifically. This airplane originally started out meaning to be an airliner, so it got the right engines. There was only a small number of this model of DC-3, C-53 was in the D-Day operations, and you just don't see pictures of them. They comprised maybe 10% of the whole invasion force, but they were there. Which is kind of neat because this is unique, and all the others are pretty much C-47.
When we're visual, it's really fairly easy, but we're discovering on this trip when the weather's like this, the heading drifts pretty quickly if you're not paying attention. Yeah. So it's a lot more stable, basically descent and all that stuff. But we look away for a second and the headings drift like 10 degrees.
It's truly a true man crew operation. Yeah. We back each other up and help each other, and if there's a chore to do, the guy who's not flying does the chore, and then he watches the instruments to back up the pilot flying so that if he starts to stray or he needs a piece of information, he gets it for him so he doesn't have to stop focusing on keeping the plane on course.
But it's a fairly docile airplane. That's why it's been around for so long. But it has its little quirks, and it's a tail dragger, so you got to be careful of that. But our plane, it's flying great. It's the best condition it's been, I think, since we've owned it, and it's been with us, our unit, for 15. I've been there 10, and like I said, it's in the best condition, and it's running great.
I have a friend who's French, and he's very much into the history, as a great many French are, and he wrote a book, small book, about the battle at an area called La Fière. It's one of the drop zones. It was a causeway the 82nd Airborne had to take. And when he wrote the book, in his preface, he put, remember, these were young men most of whom had never left their country. They didn't know a Frenchman from a sandwich, and yet they came here and they laid down their lives on the behalf of the French people. And he said, and I wrote the book for the French people to remember that these men, who were strangers to us, came in and liberated us.
On our website, they can go to the Inland Empire Wing of the CF, and there's places to donate there. There's a couple organizations they can donate to. There's the D-Day Squadron is the guys in charge over the United States. There's DAX over Normandy in England.